Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Youth in Focus, virtual Youth in Focus. We're here tonight with Isabel and her beginning photography class, digital photography. The students have prepared some works to share with us and some written remarks or spoken remarks. So I'm very excited to see your work. And it's been one heck of a school year for everybody. So I just want to thank our students for sitting through Zoom classes all day and then coming to Youth in Focus and sitting through more Zoom classes in the afternoon. I hope that photography and art and creativity have given you all something to look forward to in this most crazy of years. And Isabel, I'm going to turn it over to you if you want to talk about what y'all have been studying and thinking about. And then I can't wait to see and hear from the students. And then to our audience members, thank you all so much for being with us tonight. It's great to have you in virtual attendance, and I know you're going to enjoy this as much as I am. So thanks, everybody. Isabel?
Thanks, Sam. Hi, everyone. My name's Isabel. I've been with Youth in Focus for almost 3 years now, and really excited to share some of the student work tonight. This class was called Beginning Photo, and it was sort of intended for students who are new to photography to dip their toes in and experiment and try out some new techniques. And we spent most of our time covering how to compose images, using different compositional tools and different perspectives and ways of photographing. And then sort of towards the end of class, we looked at how we can put images together in a sequence to tell a story, or how we can use photography in storytelling. And we were lucky enough to have a guest artist come visit us. Her name is Andy Zalkin, and she came and shared her work about her family and travels in Nicaragua and how this was influenced by her interest in cinematography. So she gave us a really cool lesson about photographing the same scene from different angles and perspectives. So that really added to our class. And lastly, I'm just very proud of all the students and sticking through class and coming every day. I really appreciate your participation, and you were able to take risks and try new things. And I've seen a lot of growth from all of you. So I'm really excited for y'all to more formally share your work with an audience. I'm going to pass it over to Benton, who will be our first speaker tonight. Benton, you want to go ahead and share your screen and talk a little bit about your work?
So this is what we did for our profile pictures. That is me in a forest on Fox Island. And I decided to choose this one because it shows where I like to be the most on Fox Island. And the photo I would like to show is this. It shows motion in rule of thirds. And we learned about this as our first one. I took it during spring break in Washington, and I was going over a sand dune with my dad. We were going on a walk, and I saw several vultures eating a dead seal, and the eagle came in and scared it away so it could eat the dead seals, but the dead seal like that. So yeah, that is what I learned.
Awesome. Thank you, Benton. Beautiful work. Some comments from the crowd. From Samantha says, that's a great image, rule of thirds, and a great shot of that eagle. Fantastic detail. And Chris says, what an incredible shot of the eagle feeding. Yeah, I think you did a really awesome job capturing that moment and just being ready with your camera. And just like your self-portrait, I really like how you use your passion and your interest for nature in your photography. And I feel like that was really consistent with a lot of your assignments. Jeff Few says, wonderful composition and colors in all of your work. I can definitely echo that as well. I think that your eye for detail and your images were always very sharp and very well considered in terms of their composition. So really excellent work, Benton. Round of applause for you. Yay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna pass it over to Victor. Victor, do you want to go ahead and share your screen and talk a little bit about some work?
Yep. The self-portrait, maybe actually not like the complete self-portrait, but I take this picture maybe like 3 years ago, but I wanted to edit some elements, and actually my brother helped me to do some things, how you can say. Basically, when I began like have a skill to do photography or visual content, I chose like made a story, but actually beyond like the moment and take another context of the displays, because I film some things in the and displays, but actually I take like a free time to explain and other interpretations where I put like other stuff. I actually like the portfolio to another things like that. Or something like more specifically more controversial to like a free history interpretation where actually the history have like different interpretation, but when they feel like the same context. I don't know if you know, but what I mean is because when I am outside of my house, like another way in different places, I feel like I need to do something to appreciate the different places where I am, because it's another place when it's a place where we can like chose a history to show the different people, because the perspective that we can show another people is like important, because we most need to know when it's convenient and important for do our personal story, because our identity is like the first thing that we can care about it when we are like artists. The last one I want to show you is this one. I was trying different things. My last day of summer, and I was taking some of the pictures.
Other photos you'd like to share, or?
Just this.
Okay, beautiful. Some words from the crowd. Zadinia wants to know, in your self-portrait, what is on your face in your self-portrait?
Actually, it's the texture that they are on the rocks.
Oh, so you move cool. So you move the texture from the rocks onto your face. Nice. Cool. Samantha says, I really like the coloring and lighting on the portraits, and the portrait from the back is very evocative. And Chris says, the lighting on the body of the shark is fantastic. This is very true. Yeah, Victor, I feel like a lot of your work over the quarter, your focus on lighting really stands out to me. And I think that you have an innate sense of how to use lighting to create a mood or evoke a feeling. I really love that portrait of the second portrait you showed with the hair that's kind of Yes, I love this portrait. It's so beautiful. And I remember your sunset photos from yesterday too, and it kind of has this similar warm tone of lighting. And I think that's a really big strength of yours, to be able to evoke such feelings and moods from the way that you're lighting something. Also, Chris says about your work, there's an interesting choice to include in the texture of the rocks on your own skin. And Jeff Few says, you do a really good job of showing the full range of highlights and shadows in your subjects. Walter B says, good and strong shot from behind, very narrative and mysterious. Awesome. And Victor, I'm sorry if I cut you off. Was there one other photo that you wanted to share?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Awesome, Victor. Thank you so much for sharing. Excellent work. Round of applause for you. Woohoo! Go, Victor. All right. Last but not least, Sadinia, would you like to share some of your work next?
Okay, so this is my work, and this is my self-portrait. And these two pictures are I chose that from the presentation that we did. So this the first picture is that I choose, which is a garden. So I chose this picture because I really like kind of forest thing, you know, like it gives me like a new air, like a different feeling, like, and like I really like the nature, and like because of the pandemic, like we didn't go out like always. So I really like to go walk like in kind of forest neighborhoods, and like I choose this because of that. And the second picture, which is the Bible, that I I express myself for the first time for the photography program. So I choose this Bible because this represents myself, and I usually use this Bible to explain myself, and this is a lot means to me. And this photo portrait, I this is the first time that I saw snow in my whole life, and uh, it was this Christmas, and I chose this because it was just my first time, and I was just really excited to see the snow, and this really explains myself to you. Yeah, that's it.
Sadinia, some words from the crowd. I said, I love how you experimented with different applications and collage in your assignments. And Chris says, collage is such a powerful way to tell your story. And Samantha says, I love how you capture your joy in the snow photo. Definitely. And I can echo all of those. And Sadinia, I really appreciate how in all of your assignments, how you're able to speak about your photos and why you chose them, and also include things about yourself and your traditions and your religion, and how you can bring that in and using photography to help us get to know you better. And I really just appreciated your thoughtfulness behind the subjects that you're choosing. And yeah, like Samantha, I love the snow photo. That's so cool. The backstory of how this was the first time that you saw snow. That's very exciting. And Jeff Few says, your presentation of these images was very creative. You tell a great story in the images you select. Awesome. Sweet. Well, excellent work, Sadinia. I've enjoyed having you in class so much and appreciate you sharing today. Awesome work from our students. And before we sign off, I'm going to present for Jay, who was unable to make class today, but they would like me to speak on their behalf about their work. All right, this is Jay's self-portrait, and this is what they wrote. They said, I thought about my assignment on roles that I identified with and found a way to describe myself as a student. I had other ideas, including the role in my family as a younger sibling, my culture, and gender. I used my role as a student to show how I see myself, how others see me, and what the experience is like. I see myself as someone who spends time reading and taking notes, so I used my math notebook in the picture. My friends and family assume that most of my time is on Zoom, so I wanted to incorporate the laptop I use for class. I wanted to show an outside perspective, and it was successful, as it looks like this was taken by another person, but I awkwardly had to position the tab I was using. Oh, and I just realized this was the one. Sorry. I didn't screenshot a Zoom recording because I usually don't share my video during class. I used a camera function on the laptop I was using to take this picture. I like how this turned out because I feel it captures my studying process and how students rely on online information and schooling during COVID-19. It is more isolating as schoolwork has done more independently because of difficulties in contacting outside help and resources from other people. Cool. Awesome. And the second photo is this photo called Stars or Unidentified Objects. And they said, I'm proud of this picture because of how experimentation led to an unexpected result. This is part 1 of 3 photos with a whimsical theme. I took the photos with the same light and used objects around my room as subjects. I wanted a warmer temperature for nostalgia, so I used Christmas lights that are contained in a wire cage shaped like a star. I was holding a decorative butterfly that had a stocking net material for the wings. I covered a wing over the lenses to blur the lights to look unknown. I aimed for them to appear like stars, and this was successful as it was assumed to be a picture of stars by my parents. The lights could also be interpreted as UFOs brought up during class. I didn't have a specific idea, but I used what was around me to make things up as I go. Cool. And for Jay, who will hopefully listen to this recording later, Jay, I really appreciated all your participation in my classes. I especially love this second image and how you took a creative risk and used what you had in your room or your house to make a really interesting image with a really interesting idea behind it. So I just appreciate you being here in class. And I also love your self-portrait. I think this speaks so much to our times that we're living in. And it is nice to see your face since your video is off most of class. So it's great to see your face in this photo. And a few words from the crowd. Sadinia says, this is a great presentation. I love it. Chris says, some strong outside of the box experimentation. And Walter B says, so great, that outcome, such a prize and a surprise. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jay. And I'm sad you're not here with us, but happy we got to share your work, and hope you'll get to watch this later. So without further ado, this wraps up our quarter, and just want to say again, thanks so much to all the students who participated. You did a wonderful job. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and your artwork, and I hope that I will see you in classes in the future. Chris or Samantha, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, Isabel, I want to thank you for helping lead the class and teach rule of thirds and leading lines and all of those good introductory photography techniques. Students, thank you so much for sharing your work. Really great to see where you have found joy and inspiration during these times when we can't meet together in person. Thanks to our audience for being here and supporting our students on the sidelines. And yeah, as Isabel said, we've got more classes coming up. Stay tuned. We're going to post some more classes towards the end of summer and into the fall, hopefully in person, fingers crossed. We are looking forward to everything opening back up and bringing folks back together in our Youth in Focus space. So have a good summer, everybody. And yeah, thanks. Chris, anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye. Bye, Victor. Bye, Benton. Bye, Sardinia.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.